Once upon a time, there was a small village nestled deep in the forest. The villagers lived in harmony with nature, never venturing too far into the woods for fear of the unknown. However, one day, a young girl named Sarah decided to ignore the warnings and ventured into the forest to pick berries. As she walked deeper into the woods, she began to feel a sense of unease. The trees seemed to close in around her, and the birds had stopped singing. Just when she was about to turn back, she saw a clearing in the distance and decided to investigate. As she entered the clearing, she saw a large, dark house standing in the center. The house seemed to be abandoned, but Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that someone, or something, was watching her. She walked closer to the house and peered through the windows, but all she saw was darkness. Suddenly, she heard a noise coming from inside the house. It sounded like someone, or something, was moving around. Sarah's heart began to race, and she turned to run back to the village. But as she turned, she saw a figure standing in the doorway of the house. It was a tall, thin man with pale skin and long, dark hair. He had a menacing look in his eyes, and Sarah knew she had to get away. She turned and ran as fast as she could, but she could hear the man's footsteps getting closer and closer. Just as she thought she was safe, she felt a cold hand on her shoulder. She turned to see the man standing right behind her, his eyes glowing in the darkness. Sarah never returned to the village. Some say she was taken by the man in the house, while others say she went mad from fear and was locked away in an asylum. But to this day, the villagers still warn each other never to venture too far into the forest, for fear of what may still be lurking in that abandoned house.